I think it's time, guys. It's time. So Britney Spears, her memoir came out this week, and you listened
Dun
to it.
dun dun.
And I have got to know before we get into like just the meat and the potatoes of it all, when Michelle Williams did her Justin Timberlake impersonation, how was that for you?
Oh, I laughed my ass off.
I looked it up on I looked up some story. So if you guys don't know, Justin Timberlake for a hot minute had cornrows.
Yep.
And he very much, because he's Justin Timberlake, he talked with a black accent. If you don't know what a black accent is a white person talking with a black accent. Jesus
Google her
Christ.
impersonation of him.
I'm trying to pull up the book so I can get the quote because it's very much, when I read it, I was like, I hope to fuck she is not serious that he talked that way, but I have a feeling he probably did talk that way. Um, but he
Well,
was
you don't
talking
have
to,
to look it up because I have it memorized.
yes, tell me everything.
Okay. Me, 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 me,
Me,
me,
me,
me,
me,
me,
me.
me. Oh yeah, for shiz, genuine. What's up, homie?
Yes. So, faux shiz, guys. And I don't
For
even think,
shiz.
was Snoop Dogg even talking and saying like for shizzle and stuff by then? Or was that something that maybe he might have heard him say one time and he was like,
I
okay,
don't
I'm
know.
using that, you know? So I just thought I heard it because I think maybe, did she say it super fast when she read it in the book?
Yeah, it's a little like it's a
Like
little
sped up?
fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thought it
I
was
don't know
so
if they
funny.
sped it up, but it sounds like she's putting on a voice. Like
Yeah,
she's
she's
quite
acting.
obviously mocking him
Yeah, I don't
by
blame her.
not just
And that's
believing
my whole
for
thing
him.
is if you don't know Michelle Williams, like she is probably one of the whitest women in America. So to hear her
Mhm.
go faux shiz, what's up, my homie, genuine. I think it's
It
gonna
was
go
the
in the
greatest.
it's gonna go in the annals of history at this point. And we needed that. I think after the week that we needed her to kind of, I think it was a way for her because I think her reading this book, she wanted to take him down a peg or two, you know?
I hope she did.
I hope she did. But I will say, we'll go through the whole book and then I'll give you a different perspective of how to think about it because we all read this book and I know many of us finished it in a day. And I thought it was kind of funny how we talk about it. We're like, we were definitely haters of Britney Spears,
Yep.
right? Well, baby, we are rallying we're like, we're
Oh, I'm
fighting her dad.
Team
We're
Brittany.
fighting Britney Spears. Fuck you, Kevin Federline. All of this shit.
Yeah.
She starts this book, and I thought it was so interesting how she dove in from the nitty-gritty of her family where she's talking about her dad's drinking, her mom's
Mhm.
enabling, how her perspective as a child was, her family, all of this, and how she really, a good quarter of the book is her trying to even make it in this industry,
Yeah.
right? And then I feel like the other two-thirds of her book, if we will, would be her relationship with Justin Timberlake and then her relationship with her father and Kevin Federline. Would you agree?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
for
she
sure.
breaks out. And I was kind of reading her talking about, so she puts in the book, she got pregnant by Justin Timberlake. She had an abortion. And we talked last week on our episode about how they did that privately. So we find out in the book how she did it privately, where
Mhm.
you can have, like it's not always a procedure and you can have, she obviously wasn't very far along.
Mhm.
If she was able to have like I think it's called like a medical abortion instead of like an actual, she took pills. She talks about how it was her and her mom's friend Felicia and Justin were the only ones there. And she took the pills and then she was just like in agony in the bathroom. And here's Justin with like his fucking guitar, playing guitar while
Mhm.
she's passing like, I was like,
Yeah.
of course he was. I can
Yeah.
see that. That seems totally on brand for him. I can now see
Mhm.
probably Jessica Biel was in labor with their children, and he is like, "Hey, babe, what do you think of like this riff right here?" You know? And
Mm-mm.
she blew up his spot. Like she blew up like she got the shitty end of the stick when it came to a breakup. And he has since
Yeah.
turned off comments on his Instagram and everything because people have been coming. Oh, I just shook the whole table. People have been coming
Earthquake,
at him.
earthquake, earthquake.
We do have earthquakes in Kansas, just it could have been
Is it
real,
from all
but
the
it
frack?
wasn't. That
Yeah.
fracking gets it to us. But so yeah, I want you to tell me before I keep because I feel like I'm hogging the conversation. What do you want to share?
About which part?
Any of it. Dive in.
So I when I was listening to the part where since we're on the topic of when she was, on the floor of the bathroom I was just like, yeah, let's just play the guitar. That'll help. And I can see from 19-year-old Justin, like this is an overwhelming experience for him, like
Yeah.
his reputation is on the line too.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, I'm here, I'm trying to be present, but she's, that for me it's just like, no, if this person is my person and I see them on the floor writhing in agony, my first instinct is to fuck my image, pick
hmm
this person up, take them to the hospital.
Yeah.
um I did think that it was very interesting throughout the book that a lot of the relationships that she became entangled in were with men that were already entangled. And
Yeah.
I wonder if that speaks to like a daddy issue kind of thing, because
Probably because
Jamie
hers were
was the,
so.
yeah.
Yeah. I can
But
see that.
even Kevin was with Shar Jackson, and she was pregnant with a baby when they hooked up.
hmm
So I think it was just like, wow, we always knew that she was broken, but now we have a pig, like we can see the pieces now, and
hmm
we know what
They came
broke her.
from those
Yeah.
cracks. Yeah.
And I was blown away by how deep and dark the book was.
Yeah.
I
I was
was very,
expecting
very
it to be a
explored.
little.
A little light.
I'm glad that she was so candid about everything that she experienced in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, part of me too is when I heard that Justin was playing the guitar while she's basically squatting in the bathroom trying to pass like this baby, basically, like this embryo. Um, was that something that he did to like help her chill, or was that like something they did as like a relaxing kind of thing where they made music together? Because they did honestly have this very Mickey Mouse applicable since they met on Mickey Mouse Club, um, portrayal of like an innocent
Yeah.
thing. And I was kind of bummed she didn't lose her virginity. That kind of I was like, oh, she didn't lose her virginity to Justin.
To
It was
Justin.
somebody else when
Yeah.
she was 14 of all
Yeah.
fucking ages. Yeah. So I kind of was like, oh, well, you fucking douche canoe with your goddamn guitar and like
Mm-hmm.
but at the
Yeah.
same time, maybe he thought he would, because you have to also think he was so young that he didn't have that coping. Most
Yeah.
men, even as they get older, they don't have that comfortability, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe that was his way of trying to help her kind of relax and distract her.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, if there are any redeeming qualities in those actions, I think, his intentions were at least noble. I'm trying to
Yeah.
help. I'm trying to do whatever I can because this is what we're doing. You know,
hmm
it's like, I mean, it's disgusting no matter how you slice it, but I can see him in his selfish mind thinking, I'm going to do this and this is going to
Is
help.
it gonna make her
Um,
feel? Yeah.
yeah, and maybe in her mind, she was so deluded by, I love this man, I know he loves me, and he's here with me, and he's trying to help me, he's doing
hmm
everything he can. I'm sure now she probably looks back and think, no, you needed to put me in the car and take me to the hospital is what you should have done if you really loved me.
No, I
Because
agree. Yeah.
I feel like anybody in the world, I feel like that's what Eric would have done. I think that's probably what Kevin would have done.
Yeah.
Not Federline, you're Kevin, but
No.
but I think the biggest thing that I took away from it was she kept her mouth shut about all of
Yes.
this since
For
the beginning.
years. But
Since the
she was
beginning.
also censored for 13 years.
Right.
So,
But she was, while she was being dragged while
Hmm.
her public image was being ruined and everybody else's was being uplifted, you
Yeah.
know. And then another thing was like, wow, you know, I kind of like gave like a little bit of side eye to Justin when the whole Janet Jackson Super Bowl thing happened, but he did the exact same thing with her, kept his
Yeah.
mouth shut, let her take all of the blame, pay the fines, answer the questions, make the
Yeah.
excuses, and he didn't say shit until later when she released her book and called him out, and then he
Hmm.
had the decency to at least apologize. And now, but
Like in
now
the
he and
last couple
Jessica,
of years,
yeah, and
that's
now
all
he and
he's
Jessica
done.
are focusing on their family. No,
Yeah.
you need to apologize, you piece of shit.
Like you, instead of writing her and Brittany, because he apologized to Brittany at the same time he apologized to Janet. And because we're now in that time in our lives in society where we're not upholding we're not putting a penis on a pedestal, you know, we're not upholding these men and like they're so infallible. Now we're like, you guys treat women like shit. And
Hmm.
he's like, "Oh, I treated her. Yeah, you're right. It was me." And I was. He blamed the system, even in his apology. Because I was reading an article today where he blamed the system. That he was like, "Yeah, I was supporting the system. I took part in the system." It wasn't like, "Yeah, I fucked up and I should have like nutted up and fucking held myself accountable." You know, I
Hmm.
should have shut down the label, the attorneys, everybody, and I should have been in defense of the girl that I cheated on multiple times.
And then
And
that was the other thing, like, cause she, like, cause what she admits to is kissing somebody
kissing
else.
a boy.
She never says that she slept with somebody else. And I feel like if she was willing to reveal all of these other intimate details about her life and her past, that's
She
something that
would
she
have.
would have been willing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have opened. She's like, yeah, I cry me a river. Yeah, that was real.
But
That was
she
true.
even in her book made excuses for this man cheating
Yeah.
on her. She made
Mhm.
excuses for him 20 years later for him
Mhm.
cheating on her. And like there was one book and the quote in the book was like, "Oh, Justin didn't know I was listening and he was talking to somebody and he looked at somebody. I hit that yesterday." And if you don't know what hit that
Mhm.
means, they had sex. That's what hit that means, okay? I don't know what it's called
Mhm.
now.
I think they
Don't
just
care.
say fucking.
They're
They got
fucking.
no
We
filter
fucking.
anymore.
She
Yeah,
was
they fucking.
DTF. Was she
Have you
DTF?
ever
Is that
seen
still a thing?
Euphoria? They
No.
just constantly ask each other, "You need to catch a dick. You haven't caught a dick yet?" I'm like, "Well, you are in high school." Yeah. It's like it's not
Yeah.
all just glitter eyeshadow. It's pretty raunchy and
Nobody wants to catch a dick, guys. I'm just saying.
no,
Like of all
I'm
the
trying
things
my
that are
damnedest to avoid one.
on my dream board, catching a dick is not one of them. I'm like, I would rather
It's
catch it.
not on the vision board.
No, it's not on the vision board. I didn't. There's no Pinterest board on how to catch a dick. Okay,
We're
so
just born with the ability. You just got to tap
yeah,
into it.
they just kind of fall in and fall in love is how that goes.
I'm
At
trying to
least in my
untap my
case.
keg right now.
Are you?
I'm just pissy. I don't feel like get away from me. Don't touch me.
I'm yeah. It's been
Tis what it is.
it's
But
been a
yeah,
day.
so what did you like all of the where oh go away. I felt like the biggest chunk of the book was the conservatorship.
I
Um
agree. I think she
yeah.
got fucked because
And
I
just
I
kept getting worse.
mhm.
Every
And
time you thought, okay, now it's she's going to talk about fighting back. Now she's going to talk about getting help. No, it just kept getting worse. And
mhm.
I cried a couple of times listening to it because I was just like, this poor woman,
Yes.
she's literally a
She
prisoner.
um I was reading. I feel like the stories in the media from when she broke up with Justin, I feel like she was even more vilified for moving on with the Kevin Federline. And
Because
then
he wasn't up to Justin standards. Like
yeah, he was not.
mm-hmm,
And like the girl she married and had her like 55. She even talked on like the what was like a 55-hour marriage before she had it annulled. That
mm-hmm.
um, they were just fucking drunk as shit and they got married and it was something
Yeah,
fun. And she
just
woke up
something
the
fun to
next
do.
day and everybody was freaking the fuck out like it was the end of the
Mm-hmm.
world because she got drunk. Well, I guess Jason Alexander, the guy that she married, was like, no, we were in love. we were in love. And he was even though pitching, sure, he's in the fucking car shirtless on TikTok. Tell me you're a fucking white trash asshole from Florida without telling me you're a white trash asshole that's probably in Florida. Talking about there
That's the
was one that the
uniform.
article that I read was like, but he'll take um a donated signed book from her so he can sell it. She has all of these men
Wow.
that have habitually treated her like shit. She had, like we were saying, she went from Justin, married Jason Alexander. We can't talk her love life without stepping that in there. And
Mm-hmm.
then she gets with Kevin Federline, who, like you said, was with Shar Jackson, who was on Moesha.
Mm-hmm.
And she had already had a kid with him, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
she was
And was
pregnant with
pregnant
another
with
one.
another one. Yeah.
8 months pregnant. And he didn't tell her that
Yeah.
he had children until one of
Yeah.
her dancers goes, he's got a baby and he's got one on the way, right? And then he told her, yeah, he only sees them once a month.
And now he's getting thousands in child support from her.
Yes. Yeah. But and spousal support is horseshit
And
as well.
oh
And she had a
yeah,
pronoun.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That part's gotta really sting. That part,
well,
because when
Sean
were you a fucking
Preston,
spouse?
yeah, Sean Preston
Hmm.
just turned 18. So his child support's cut in half.
You're
So
cut
in your
now.
fucking face,
Well,
motherfucker.
I cut you off.
Because she basically had 2 kids in 2 years. And what we know
Yeah.
now with postpartum, she never got to let herself heal from abs. She even admittedly says in her book she didn't let herself heal like she should
Hmm.
have. She got broken up via text from Justin and was in the middle of making a video and finished the video, you
Yeah.
know, and
That's
then
what she
had a
was trained
world
to do.
tour. Yep,
Yeah.
because
Stuff
she's
it
a
all
fucking
down
people
and do the
pleaser.
work. Yeah.
Yep. And then she talks in her book about how she's pregnant with Sean Preston and Kevin is now he's there. And then she gets pregnant with Jaden James, which is her youngest son, and he disappears and he refuses to see her and he
Hmm.
refuses to talk to her. And then this is when they divorce. And I think that she went from this breakup with somebody who was essentially like her childhood love. It
Hmm.
wasn't just a 3-year relationship. This was from the time that they were like 10, 11, 12 till they
Hmm.
were 20, 21.
Yeah.
And then she gets this fucking douche nozzle who's so busy trying to be a white rapper and put out his album Popozão, which means big ass in Portuguese. Yeah. Um,
Hmm.
that her dad really used this trauma and the media helped him. That's where I came from is the media helped her dad hold her prisoner for 13 years,
Yeah.
basically. She was
Hmm.
in jail without being in jail,
She was in
you
jail
know?
in a mansion she paid for. She was being held prisoner by security guards that she paid for. She was being held her father was drawing a salary off of her.
Mm-hmm.
She was paying for Lynn and Jamie Lynn
Mm-hmm.
all the way back in Louisiana, and it was just like this. I mean, no, and then they put her on lithium.
Yep.
Lithium.
Yeah. And
And
then
you
only
know,
let her eat canned fucking food. Like she talks about her diet with her dad, where he would restrict what she was eating, and she's eating canned chicken and canned fucking green beans and shit. Like
mm-hmm,
begging her. And this is kind of where I have like that different outlook because it's like, oh, is that your perception or did that really happen? Like maybe you
mm-hmm,
had to eat it like once or twice.
mm-hmm.
Did that really happen? That's kind of where the latter part of the book and stuff that went on in the conservatorship, I kind of wonder how much of an ounce of truth it is. Is it really like, were these singular incidences or was this a recurring thing that she's
It was like something that happened once or twice, and they just threw it in for effect.
and she's dramatizing it to make it seem like it instead of it being a one-off, it's a trend kind of
Yeah,
deal.
it's possible because I can't see Jamie. Um, I mean, I guess I can see him like having like a chef prepared meal, and then she
Hmm.
has, canned chicken. He's like, oh, well, you've got that residency, you got to
Yeah.
get back to, you got to get back to, baby one more time,
Yeah.
and just like that bitch, she's had 2 kids,
Yeah.
she
Your
may never
body
get back.
changes.
Yeah,
We're not all J-Lo, okay? We're not all
J-Lo
J-Lo.
she's a cyborg.
She
She's
is.
an
That's
alien.
she's bionic. Is what I was
She
gonna
is.
say. She's not real.
She's not real.
But
That
no,
motherfucker
not
right there is
that is
not
not
real.
real.
I'm telling you right
Did you
now.
see
Like,
that lady? She issued an apology to like that guy and the whole fucking flight.
was she on drugs? Was she on like some mushrooms or something? Like,
I would
what
hope
was?
so.
Like, certainly it was not the oxygen they pump into the cabin.
Honestly, she probably was just, it was the Karen of it all.
I
I
guess.
really think
I
so.
guess.
But yeah. But anywho, we digress from Brittany, all things Brittany.
I do
Um,
have something interesting that I noticed in the book as I was
okay.
listening to it. The pointed delete or omission of Sam Lufty. I can only assume that he is the photographer.
Photographer. I think that's
Yeah,
who that
because they
is.
never named the photographer, but he was a big part of her life for a hot minute. And
Hmm.
I was kind of interested in like learning a little more because we never really knew what he was doing there. Like she was
Yeah.
yelling at him in a British accent and he was
They
just
were
always
dating.
there. Were they
They
dating?
were
Because he
dating.
was
Yeah.
married too.
And they were dating. And he was, if you don't know, he was a paparazzi and
Yeah.
he was selling stories about her and pictures to the paparazzi and kind of using their relationship to further
Yeah.
himself in
Maybe
that
that's why she
industry.
wouldn't name him because like I don't
Probably.
know. Is it like if they name somebody in the book, like do you have to get like a release form or something
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
do you have to pay them?
No,
Do
it's
they
one of those that you
okay.
have to like, and probably with her attorneys, it was probably, and especially being who she is, basically like the writer, the and like the publisher, they have attorneys, and they go, "Oh, you're gonna name names," so
Okay.
they have to disclose that they're being like named in this book, and it's kind of like when you have to sign like a release for like a TV show, and so he probably didn't sign off to have his name in there. And
Okay.
probably, but
Yeah.
I want to know how she got away with having her sibling. I think maybe with the being siblings, it's like matter of public record that those are her siblings,
Mhm.
and so she could use their names, you know?
Mhm.
But I don't know why
No
Justin
clue.
would sign off on that too. I
I
don't
was
know. I'd
thinking the
have to,
same thing.
yeah.
I'm
If you're
surprised if he did have to sign off, I'm surprised that Horsemouth allowed it.
agreed, if you're a literary attorney, let us know how that
Yeah, if one
works.
of the seven, if one
Yeah.
of the sinful seven is
If
an
you,
attorney,
if you know somebody like Jen, if you're still listening, ask Mel if he knows what's up with that because your husband's an attorney. Hopefully Jen is still listening. Um, but yeah, that was kind of my thing. And then I was just like, oh, she talks about her husband and like he's not anymore. It's like one of
yeah, he's
the
not in it anymore. I'm like,
he
oh,
couldn't
this
have
was
done a
written a
couple of
little before.
little couple edits before you
Yeah,
published. Is it
we may need to do some post-production editing.
was everything printed already? We couldn't cut
Yeah,
that out, you
no,
know?
we can't stop the presses.
But guys, we're not together
Oh,
anymore.
I know. She's got a thing for Middle Eastern guys, though.
Yeah, she
Because there
does.
was Sam Lifty, and then there was another guy, and then her new
Yep.
husband, or now ex-husband.
Ex-husband.
Um,
Yeah.
but no shade on that. They're all very
Yeah, yeah,
good-looking men.
girl.
I don't know about Sam Lifty. I don't know if
No.
I'd call him hot, but the other
No.
two, they're good-looking.
Yeah. But I do like she owns up to I think she kind of sugarcoated over the hair shaving and the driving with the baby in the car and the
Yeah,
hitting the car with the umbrella incidences. Um, I think because she said basically she drove with her kid in her lap on the streets of LA because she was trying to get away from the paparazzi. Like she just jumped in the car, threw him in her lap, and she left. But I
mm-hmm,
think for me, I don't buy that. I don't buy that even a little bit. Like I think
yeah,
this is like a world you live in and you didn't girl, you didn't like pull out and pull in a parking lot around. You drove and you
yeah.
kept going, like you put your kid very much in danger. And we know now with like and just from having seen like with Princess Diana how ruthless paparazzi can be.
Especially
You're
during that time.
Yeah, and you have an infant in front of a steering wheel that could be killed by the God forbid, the
Mhm.
airbag coming. I think that was very negligent. I think she tried to make it, that's where I was kind of starting to think about the book. Like, yes, these are probably like loose. Some of them are very loosely based facts, but she's sugarcoating to put
Yeah.
herself like in a better light. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Um,
Yeah.
you
I,
know,
I
and
didn't
then,
really buy it, her excuses with the Matt Lauer interview either when he asked her about it, about
mhm,
the baby driving incident. She's like, "Oh, I'm from the country. My dad would put me on his lap and we'd drive." And I'm like, "You're not in the country. You're in
no,
downtown LA." And I don't buy that as an excuse. You're a mother, you're supposed to know better,
yeah,
and yeah, I did feel like she kind of sugarcoated some things, like maybe made some excuses for some things that she either doesn't want to like either own up to, or like is has been just been like spoken about so much. Like,
yeah.
yes, we have to touch on it, but I've already talked about this to death, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Um, as a
Or maybe
mother, I
she
don't
doesn't
know
want
what
to
we're
open that, she doesn't want to open that box, you know?
maybe,
Like,
maybe.
especially the head shaving thing where she talks about going in and it was like the one thing that she just wanted to look ugly so nobody would want
Mhm.
to look at her anymore. I think that was like the tip of it. I think that's very
Mhm.
much true, but I think that
I
there was
think she
something
was
else.
mid breakdown when she had that. There was something deeper to that. Because you
Yeah.
don't just shave your head. Like, you make a conscious decision to shave your head if you lose a bet, or
Yes.
if you are standing in solidarity with somebody that's losing their hair from cancer and chemo. But to just decide that I'm going to go shave my head. Oh, shit. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I lost my screen went away.
Oh, is it
Um,
back yet?
if, yeah, it's there.
Okay. I was going to turn on low
But
data mode if it's not.
well, no, I accidentally closed the window. Like,
Oh,
I hit
okay.
the mouse and it closed the window.
Okay.
Um, yeah, there, you don't just make the decision of I am going
Mhm.
to make myself so ugly, because she should have known that that wasn't going to do anything but add fuel
No,
to the
yeah.
fire. She
She's
had
been
to have
around
known.
long
She
enough
was
in
mid
Hollywood to
breakdown.
know if she'd shaved her fucking head, that
Yeah.
it wouldn't be that nobody would find you attractive. It'd be like, well, crazy pants shaved her head.
Yeah.
So,
And I think the umbrella incident, which happened like the same night, I think that she was kind of like, oh my God, what have I done? And now
hmm,
people are taking pictures of me. And she was like having like that realization of, I've just done
just
something
shaved
that
my head.
I
Yeah.
can't undo this at
Yeah.
all. And then there was the 7 different colored wigs, those
Hmm.
bob wigs, those plastic Party City wigs. I'm like, Brittany, you've got
You got
money.
money.
You got money, girl. Go down and get you a good human hair lace front. Get
Yeah.
one of them girls to show you how. Get one of them Asian girls to show you how to put it on. Yeah, it was just she
Yeah.
was mid breakdown, and maybe it was just what, I don't want to talk about it, and
Yeah.
I honestly I can't blame her. That was probably one of the darkest days of her life.
No, I agree. And I think that unfortunately she had to go. But okay. She had enough money. So Taylor Swift is rich enough that if she does not want
God, is
people
there
to
anything that this
see,
bitch can't get into?
right? I'm so sorry, Brittany,
No,
but
you're
it's
not.
applicable as shit. Because I was reading an article about her going out to eat, and they were talking about how she can afford for people to like bring her food. Like, why is she going all over Manhattan to eat? But like, you don't see people with money. Like, you can have your breakdown at home. Like, you don't need to go to the store and get your Marlboro Lights and your fucking Cheetos. You
Hmm.
know, I think part of her liked the attention. She wasn't getting
Yeah,
attention from she didn't have a man in her life. She wasn't getting attention from her father, whomever. She was getting attention though. And I think part of her, she didn't do it because she needed fucking Cheetos and cigarettes. She wanted everybody to look at her. You know,
hmm,
you're going to shave your head. You're not going to go into a salon where people can see you. You're going to go in your bathroom and you're going to cry while you do it. I think
yeah.
that's kind of where, um, she plays the
Barefoot.
victim of
Go
how
into a
she was.
bathroom barefoot.
Yeah, a public bathroom even.
Like gas station
Yeah.
bathroom.
Oh, God. Yeah. I wouldn't even throw up drunk in a gas station bathroom, let alone walk barefoot in one.
How high you've risen, hoity
I
toity.
even back when it was like dirty diaper days and I didn't have fucking air conditioning in that bitch, I was not going in the bathroom to throw up. I was pulling over on the side of the road. to
There
throw
you
up,
go.
okay? I'm not touching a dirty pot. I'm not getting herpes because my boyfriend ate me out.
Not
My kids are up here, goddammit. You're stifling mommy's creativity. God damn it. Oh, okay.
way.
But yeah, so I started to see towards it. So she, not to give the whole book away, but the public attorney that she had to pay, of all things, like her public defender, that she had to pay $400,000 a year, telling her she couldn't get her own attorney.
Lie.
Lie. I think that's a big
Mm-hmm.
lie. I think she, I don't know, because a lot of it you don't know how much of growing up with her, because there was no fucking way in hell she was going out there yelling at her mama at like 4 to 6 years old to fucking leave her drunk daddy alone in the middle of the night. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I remember listening to my parents fight in the middle of the night, and I remember being scared. I remember
Yeah.
wishing that they would shut up, but
Yeah.
I never would have had the balls to go out.
To
And
go
I'm
say
not her.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to go out
No,
because I
because
wouldn't
you
want them to
have,
turn on me.
no, because I know like me with having like, not the most kind of parent. I, no matter what age, you're still a little afraid of them. So
Yeah.
I think that was one of those that she was very much probably conditioned from like a young age to be afraid of her father. And
Yeah.
then it just continued, and that's how the conservatorship lasted for so fucking long. And I think her not being allowed to see her kids for
Mm-hmm.
the longest time. And then she even talks in the book because there was like a news article in like 2018 where, now her oldest is 13, and there's a new article that he's locked himself in a bedroom to get away from her father. And that was her catalyst to get the fuck out of that conservatorship. And it took
Yeah.
her 4 years. Let's mind you, this just happened last year. It took
Yeah.
her 4 years to get out of that conservatorship. And I think that him fucking with her kid is what got her unafraid,
Yeah,
is what I think.
it awoke the mama bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank God it did.
Yeah. I hope that she has a better relationship with her kids now because I remember a video of her like basically calling out Jalen and basically saying, "Fuck you, you don't know what I've been through and you
For
don't know
real.
what your
Yeah.
dad and your grandfather put me through. So until you know the real
Yeah.
truth, you need to stay in your place." And I was like, "Oh crap, that's Britney
Good.
Spears talking to her kid like that." And I'm
But
like,
it
"What did he
needs
say to
it.
her?"
It
Yeah,
needs it. That's the
I'm
whole
sure
thing.
they're
It comes
both
to
a
a
couple of
point.
entitled little assholes running around.
Oh, I'm fucking sure.
Yeah, just get
Yeah.
raised by that. And and I didn't necessarily champion Kevin Federline for years, but I definitely was like, thank God that there's a dad in the picture that can take care of those kids. And now I'm just
Yeah.
like, now
Fuck
what?
that
Now I
guy.
can't wait for their book to come out.
Yeah. We're gonna write it dawn and go after Kevin Federline, I think is how we need to do it because I'm down. I think I'll probably
Yeah.
make this whole I'll probably post out 2 episodes this week and have this be like its whole own episode 'cause I think it needs to be.
Okay.
I'm still trying
Works
to get
for
them
me.
shorter too because I last week's was like an hour and a half still. No, was
We
it?
got a lot to say.
We do. We're mouthy broads, guys.
We're mouthy
So
and we have ADHD, so we get off track.
we sure as fuck do. Oh man. So yeah, that was I think not to beat the Britney dead horse. I don't want to give away too much of it because I think it's worth you can only say so much that you can't um I think it sometimes it comes better from the book and from the horse's mouth. I
Yeah.
did, like I said, I was given the perspective of that is her reality, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and we can be mad and we can try to cancel Justin Timberlake all we want, but we also, there's three sides to every story, her side,
Mm-hmm.
his side, and then the
And the
truth.
truth. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing we all kind of maybe have to remember is
Yeah. This
this
is
is
her
through
perspective. This
her
is her
perspective.
story. And and I don't want to say anything else because I don't want to give it away all the juicy details because there
Yeah.
were some times regarding Lynn where I was just like,
Fuck you, Lynn. And fuck
fuck
you,
you, Lynn.
Jamie
And
Lynn.
fuck
You
you,
entitled.
Jamie. And fuck
I
Jamie
hope.
Lynn too.
I literally said the other day, I was like, I hope they kick her off of Sweet Magnolias because I love that show and I love that book series. And Noreen wasn't even the book that long. Go away. Jamie Lynn, you can't sit with us.
Jamie Lynn, I hope your kids never learn to read. And if they already know how to read, I hope they forget and they never learn again.
And she was, speaking of teen moms, she was another one that they made it okay because she got married. It was
Yeah,
okay.
it's okay because she got
Yeah.
married.
She got
Yeah.
married. Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
So,
times have changed.
for sure.
For
We have
sure.
30 minutes left. Do you want to go back to random shit?
Yeah.
Okay. So I did start listening to the I've Had It podcast, and
Aren't they awesome?
they are they are us in like 10 years, not
Yeah.
20 or whatever, like you said. They are definitely us in 10 years. Their kids are like college age, so I guess maybe if they started young, but they do seem a little bit older. But I'm just like they had fucking you sent me Kelly Osbourne. I now and forever
I
now
sent that for you
say
because of the
thank
Prince
you.
Harry thing.
Twat. He's a twat. I'm gonna, instead of twats, because in America you're a twat,
In
and
Britain,
then
you're
in
a twat.
England you're a cunt and a twat, because she called it both a cunt and a twat, and I was here for it. And then they had Jonathan Van Ness was on there. I fucking love Jonathan Van Ness.
He is so funny. I
Oh
like
my
him. He's
gosh.
precious.
Oh, I love him.
I love
He
him and
is
his
my
hair.
He was, I don't know if you've listened to that episode. It was hilarious. He has been on several of my favorite podcasts. So we're going to manifest it because this is manifest drama that eventually Jonathan Van Ness will bring himself and just
We
bring
should
the,
just start sending him messages. Like
well,
just
he's
inundating
non-binary.
him.
They're
Excuse
non-binary.
me.
Sorry. Our
Excuse me.
apologies.
I wasn't aware.
Yeah, just literally this episode talking about how being like a gay boy in school, and talked about, the male locker room in school and everything, and how just over the last few years he's gender fluid and he's
Mm-hmm.
non-binary and all of that. He love, love, love. And I think he did use male both pronouns in the show. So I think we probably hopefully knock on wood won't get hate. But we're gonna manifest it that one day we're gonna get that glitter and it's gonna be sprinkled all over this podcast.
Did you watch well, you were at the party last night, but I always watch I don't watch Saturday Night Live because it's not funny, but
Yeah, fair.
Weekend Update is funny. And
Okay.
because Colin Jost and Michael Che are comedy gold, they are hysterical. Especially when the writers write racist jokes for Colin Jost.
Yes, and he gets so
to say-
uncomfortable.
so great. I love it.
Oh.
But there was a Meghan Markle joke on Weekend Update this week.
Oh, share it. Tell me.
Okay, so
I fucking
apparently
hate her. Sorry.
if you weren't aware.
Yeah, not a fan. She's a
podcast.
twat.
Two broads talking shit about Meghan Markle. It's a woman who has done neither one of them wrong.
That fucking twat.
So King Charles, that's weird to say. It's still weird to say. It gives me a bad taste in my mouth. But he is going on a royal tour to Kenya. And he is going to address the royal families and the crown's involvement in the slave trade, and to see if he can return Meghan.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have. I should not have laughed. We're white. We shouldn't have laughed as hard at that. But it's not the race because it's fucking Meghan, and she needs to where's that receipt, Harry? Can we return? Does it one twat?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the word twat.
I saw that. I wish I knew how to grab a clip from from a video and isolate it so I could send it to you. But as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I have to bring this up. I rewound it and watched it several times.
So if you had an iPhone, you could have screen recorded it and then edited the screen recording to send it to me.
Damn it.
God damn it. You know what's going to happen is when you get an iPhone, and then we're going to have a boomer session where I have to show you how to use it.
Teach me how to fucking use it. Where's the button? Where's the on button?
Where the button is.
Button is.
There's not a button. I don't have a
Is it
button.
on?
There's
Where's
not
the
a
button?
button. See, no button. It's your face, Grandma. You hold it up to your face, Grandma. So yeah. So you need an iPhone, obviously, is where we're
Yeah,
living life now.
I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking that might be the case because
Yeah.
I tried to make. Well, I was grub hubbing this afternoon because rent's due in a few days, and
That's
I
one of
was
those, yeah.
trying to do. I'm trying. I was trying to do like a video of me like just like grub hubbing and like okay and like just kind of like a day in the life kind of thing, and it like I guess my phone decided no, that's enough, and it just
Oh,
deleted.
oh
I
no.
just
So you
deleted the
lost
whole
it?
video. I lost it. I lost all
All
of
of
it
all
because
of my
my
shit
phone
is on the
has no
cloud, by
memory.
the way. Yeah, my stuff's
I
on the
don't
cloud.
trust that thing.
Oh my
I'm
God,
afraid it's gonna
boomer.
rain and all my secrets are gonna come out.
Well,
Like that movie.
as I told everybody yesterday who was like, I don't have TikTok because China owns it. I was like, if they want to steal this identity, that's their
They can
choice.
have it.
That's
Maybe my credit will go up.
this is their shit show now. Sorry, no backseas, guys.
Mija now.
Like, there's nothing going on exciting here, China. You don't want
Before
any of
you
this.
come for me, yes, that is how you say it. I'm not being racist.
Yeah, you racist fuck.
I know. I'm
Stop
horrible.
projecting
Horrible
on
white one.
us. Okay, where's
Horrible
Meg?
white woman.
If you find the receipt for Meghan Markle, let me know.
I'll do my best.
Thanks, I
I'll do my
appreciate it.
best. Like
Yeah.
it might be in my purse.
Wax.
Hold on, let me look. Let me look.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
So
Whew.
you said something and I feel attacked.
What?
You asked a question and I don't know if this was directed at me or if this was just a general like can
Okay.
you be a Karen at times?
I want to know, do you think you can be a Karen at times? I know
Are
I
you
can be a
asking
Karen.
because you think okay, that's what I
No,
was
I know
getting
that
at.
I
I
can.
was
No,
like,
no,
are
no.
you
I absolutely 100% know that I can have, like today, we went to brunch and Kevin's food was not good. He didn't like it. And I wanted to ask them to take it off. I didn't want to pay for it because he didn't
Mhm.
like it. And I know in like the restaurant world, that's not okay because they still spent their funds to make it. And it's, like he didn't like it, didn't fucking like it. Like they still had to expend to make it, right? But we
Mhm.
did like there was like 20 of us, so we just had to Venmo, and like the person paid for it and was like, Venmo me this. So I had to pay for it. But I was like, man, I really want to get it fucking taken off because I don't want to pay for something shitty. Your shitty, dry ass, fucking fake powder, goddamn sausage, fucking gravy and biscuits.
I think that there is a vast difference between expecting to get what you pay for or what you've requested or a service that
Mm-hmm.
you are requesting from a business or a person or whatever and being unreasonable, having
Yeah.
unreasonable expectations. There is nothing unreasonable about walking into a restaurant when you have placed an order online and not having there's no excuse for it to not be ready. If you
Yeah.
show up when you say it's going to be ready. Now, if the restaurant is busy, there are always extenuating circumstances, but when you're looking at me like I'm the problem
Yeah.
and
That's not
you're
you.
the one that messed up, that's not okay, and I am going to tell you about it. I'm not being a Karen, I'm being a consumer that is
Fair.
expecting to
Yeah.
get what I paid for.
Uh-huh.
But I also think that we have been put into an unfair position of anytime we speak up in opposition of anything, all of a
Yeah.
sudden, stamp it, you're a Karen.
Yeah.
Karen.
No, I
And
agree.
so it's just like, so I find myself like, if I like standing there in like a certain, like if I'm standing with my arms
With your
crossed,
arms closed, you're automatically being,
autumn. That's a
yeah,
Karen stance. I get it,
yeah,
and I'm sure that there are people that look at me and like, look at her, look at that kid,
as middle-aged white women
with
and as our
my
our
little gray
avatars.
top knot
Yeah,
and
and her
my cups.
Lululemon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold on, with
yeah,
my Stanley and my leggings, guys. Yeah,
yeah.
I was just thinking it the other day because I can't. I was watching. There's a new movie on Netflix, and it has Jennifer Lawrence in it. It's called No Hard Feelings, and the synopsis is basically like down on your luck, slutty girl, slutty woman. She's like
We know who
31,
that is.
32.
Well, not at 31 or 32, but we know
No, I
how
was
that
straight
be.
locked the fuck down by then. But she doesn't have a car. Her car gets towed because she can't pay it 'cause she's got back property tax, all of this shit. So she gets hired by a rich couple, and they're gonna give her this car if she can sleep with their 19-year-old son before he goes to college at Princeton to break him out of his shell. So it's one of those that's like, of course, she catches feelings as they do or whatever, and she goes to this college party, and the minute she starts, like, they're giving her shit basically. Like, they're all fucking there making TikToks and shit. Chad and Thad are making their TikToks, and she's pumping the keg as one does at a keg party, and they're telling her, "Ma'am, can you stop doing that while we're making videos?" And she starts to get lippy, and they all come at her, and I'm talking, it was like groups of them videoing her being a Karen. And I
Yeah.
was just like, yeah, I think it's one of those that, like, everything can be like a little bit construed as like Karenism,
Yeah,
the
I think
minute.
so.
But I also know me, like, sometimes I'm a stuck up twat. And that is when I'm like, okay, now I'm being a Karen at Target. I'm being like, your kid is being too loud at Target, then I am being a Karen. I'm not gonna say anything to you, but I'm being a twat.
Get down. No, that's not a ball. Sorry, my
That's what
dog's being
she
a
said.
twat. Yeah, I can definitely be a Karen at times, as I've been told. But I definitely think that there's a time and a place for speaking up and being assertive and demanding what you want.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's being a Karen. I think that's being demanding. Not demanding, but
I mean,
that's
fuck it. Who cares, right? We are where
yeah,
we are. We are the
yeah.
people that
I
we
just say
are.
call me a fucking Karen. I don't give a shit. You think I
Suck
give a shit if
it.
you put me on? Yeah. Do you think I care? Do I look like I
Yeah.
care? Look at my hair. Look at what I'm wearing. Do I look like
Yeah.
I give a shit about
Do
anything?
we
I don't
have
give a shit about
fucks to
you.
give? Yeah.
I
Um,
got nothing.
and, and then I realized
I
when
have
we
a
were
fucks
doing,
debt.
oh,
Yes.
yeah, I think
Yay.
burps are to be celebrated. We're not going to be a Karen about gas, guys. It's a fact of life at this
Gas
point.
happens.
Yep. But I do realize when we were doing things that we hate earlier, and you talked about your kids, I didn't share mine.
Oh yeah. What do you hate?
Clickbait.
Everything I know, but
I hate
specific what?
everything. I hate clickbait.
Me too, man.
News posted a story on their Instagram titled "Why Jason Kelsey Has Some Alarms Going Off About Travis and Taylor's Highly Publicized Romance." So this to me is he's got issues with Uncle Travi dating Tay Tay. That's what it sounds like, right?
Was this the one with the little girl?
No.
Oh,
That
okay.
just I'm just meaning like the title of the article leads you to
Okay.
believe that he has an issue with Travis dating Taylor, correct?
I don't know. I don't think he has an issue.
No, it was basically like he thinks it's a bit much. It's basically like his quote.
Oh,
It was
okay.
like
Well,
the
I mean,
coverage is a bit much. Yeah,
I've said
that was,
that. I mean,
but that
I've
was
said let them have their relationship. They'll fuck it up on their own.
yeah.
Trust me.
But for them to say he's got alarms going off about who his brother is dating, to me, that's like you want them to click because you think he has an issue. And I'm like, I fucking hate that shit. Don't let
Yeah.
me think he's got problems. Like, let me know, give me actual facts. Or just have it be Jason Kelsey thinks the news coverage of Taylor and Travis is a bit much. Done. End of fucking story. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna click
But
on
that
your link if
doesn't
you do
get
that.
clicks. That doesn't get
Mhm.
clicks and likes. That's why it's
I
clickbait.
fucking
I
hate
have a new
clickbait.
something that I hate before we move on, by the
Tell
way.
me.
I hate my dog.
Winston, you're out of the will.
Look at what he did to my pumpkin. And look what he did to he chews.
He's a baby though.
He's almost a year, which means
No,
he's
he's still
almost
a
7.
baby. No, because that's not a thing for one. And dogs stayed like in that shithead puppy phase for like 3 years.
Oh, good. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I'm glad these were dollar store. I'm glad I got these
yeah.
at the dollar
Is
store.
that what you were
Damn
painting
it.
the other day? I thought we were painting a skull
No,
the other day.
no, I was
So
painting this
let's
sugar
roll
skull thing.
into our in our self-care. So your self-care, you're painting your sugar skull. Amy's
Yeah,
taking
I
better
painted
care
my
of herself this week.
I am. I'm trying to do things for myself and not focus on what everybody else needs as much because everybody else can just do it them damn selves.
Fuck it.
So I I actually I got myself a new nighttime routine
Okay.
and I have stopped drinking caffeine after a certain time and
Okay.
I've started drinking an herbal tea that's got lavender and chamomile when I take my gummy, and I make sure that I'm nice and comfy and ready to go to bed. As soon as I feel tired, I go to bed, and my sleep has been so much better.
Are
And
you
I've
drinking
been
your
in
water?
such, I've
I've
been
only
drinking
asked
my
one day.
water.
Okay. You're on my
Yeah,
calendar every day. I just forget
but I
because
expect you to like I'm not saying that this is what I expect you to do, but I almost like expect I'm going to get a message from her eventually about I got to tell her that I, drank my water.
yeah.
But she knows but when I don't do it, that's when you're going to do it. That's
Yeah, I
when
know.
when I don't drink my water, that's when you're going to text me and say, "Did you drink your water?"
Yeah.
And I'll lie
It's
to
like
you
when
and say
your
I
mom asks you if you did your
did.
chores and then you did it and
Yes.
you tell her yes, but she knows better. She knows better.
The dirty
Yeah.
dishes are sitting right fucking there.
I will say I can tell you're out of your like stress spiral because you're a lot more communicative this week.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm a lot more talky.
Yeah, because
And
Amy
I've heard
usually
this
turtles on in when she's stressed out. So, proud of you.
but I'm not done with it yet, but I started painting this I don't know if
I
it's
like it.
ceramic or porcelain or what, but I got it from Michael's like 2 years ago and I haven't done anything with it. And I've just been painting it and it's not very good, but I love it. It's so
Who
fun and I
cares?
collect sugar skulls. I don't care.
If it makes you
I'm just
happy,
going to
that's
keep
all that matters. You
if I
know?
have to paint it white and start over again, then that's what I'll do. But those are the things that I've done for myself to either entertain myself or feed my artistic,
Yeah.
tendencies or to, just like therapeutically um, get more rest. So
Yeah.
I have been making the effort.
That has been, I found doing this podcast and editing it and then making TikToks has been, I love it because it's like one of those that I have been business minded for the last 20 years. And I
Yeah.
very much have let go that creative side of me. And
Yeah.
I'm slowly getting that, like, where, because when you're business minded all the time, like the very essence of fun gets sucked out of your soul. Where like
Mhm.
I was having a hard time like joking around with like even Kevin and stuff. And like last night I'm fucking like I was 20-year-old Missy last night.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish I
So
could have been a fly on the wall.
yeah,
That'd have
you'd have
been
been
fun to
dropping it like
see.
it's lukewarm with me.
Yeah.
So
I'd have
we
been
would not have
helping
been
you up. We'd
yeah.
have
We
been
took a
helping each
group
other up.
picture and my friend's daughter was like, "One of you do the splits." And we were like, "No, ma'am, we won't put that hit back in." Yeah.
No, we're not splitting nothing.
And they're like, what would you guys do if Missy just did the splits? I was like, laugh at the sounds that I make and then help me back up. That's what you would do.
That's awesome. I'm so happy
Mhm.
for you. I was happy
That's so
that you
nice.
went, but I am even happier that you went now that I know that you had such a good time.
Yeah. I stayed up way
Sorry,
too late, like
I'm
I
trying to
said.
clear the table so that my children can sit and have dinner because apparently they need to eat.
Again, didn't you
Did you
just feed
already eat
them?
today? You need to do it more than once.
That's not what I
Well,
heard. Okay.
not well, more than once. How were you raised?
Yeah. We don't do that here, guys. So, okay, I don't have any Karens bitching about anything this week. Do you have a dumbass of the week?
I had a dumbass of the week, but I don't remember what it was.
Fuck it, who cares? You
Let's
did. You
see.
sent it to me. Hold on.
Who did I say?
Did you text it or did you send it through Twitter or TikTok? Hold on, I am. Oh, here we go. You sent me. It was a YouTube.
What was it? I don't remember. I watched so much damn
I'm
YouTube.
pulling it up. It's not working actually. So you sent me a YouTube video and I did watch it. I'm gonna hit go to site
Okay.
and see. It was an access on. No, hold on. Hang on, I'm boomering, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not going. It was something on YouTube. You'll find it later. We'll just do a dumbass of the week and a Karen next week. We'll make a
Okay.
concentrated effort to do so.
Yeah, honestly,
So
I come across so many dumbasses. It's
it's
hard
hard
to
to
keep
keep up.
track, you know.
Why are these people breeding? Can we send them
Seriously.
back with Meghan Markle?
With Megan, where's the
We
receipt?
don't
There's so many.
discriminate.
Like, yeah, just send them all back.
All those twats. Harry is a twat. A
I knew you were
spoiled
gonna love
twat.
that.
I love look. And she said cunt too, and it made me happy. I was like, she's British. It's like saying fucking conky.
Oh, I
So
remember what it was. I okay, because
okay,
I'm reading the link, and okay, so there is this guy. His name is Madison Russo,
okay,
and oh no, it's a TikToker. It's
okay.
a
Oh
female
yeah, yeah, yeah.
TikToker, and she has faked having cancer.
Oh, that's the one I remember. You, yeah. Now I remember. She faked having cancer and all of that stuff to
Yeah,
raise money for her treatment.
yeah.
Dumb bitch.
And so, yeah, dumb ass bitch. And so now she has been caught and she has been forced to pay $39,000 in restitution
Good.
to the GoFundMe page. And also, I think it's like $1,800 in fines for like the charges. And I'm like,
Good.
that's it?
Don't be
That's
shady.
it?
Yeah, because if it's no, because that would be like grand larceny, wouldn't it? That's like felony
That's what I'm saying. I
numbers.
feel like at that amount, that's fraud.
Did
I mean,
she white
that's
privilege? Like she got a white privilege pass, maybe in the courts,
maybe.
White
I don't know. Maybe she pulled the whole I'm just a TikToker and I don't know any different and I don't I'm sorry, but ignorance is not an
common
excuse.
decency is no, that's you can't
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that's not an excuse
So
to be a shitty human.
Madison Russo, that is my
You
dumbass
are
of the week.
dumbass of the week, Madison Russo. I don't have any urban
Congratulations.
parents because I have just been too busy to pay attention to what they're bitching about.
Well, I'll be the Karen. I was bitching about Popeyes taking forever today, and I
Okay.
should have known. I took an order from a Popeyes that I knew was going to be a problem, but I took the order before I realized that it was that Popeyes, and so
Yeah.
of course, I'm standing there and I'm like,
Oh, with your face on your head,
with
huh?
my Karen stance. So I'm sure
That's
I was
funny.
bitching. I'm the Karen of the week this week, I guess.
It's okay. Did
It's all
you
right.
see that? I guess it was probably an Instacart. It was I think it was a stage video, but there was an Instacart driver that they only show where she's trying to take the grocery delivery back because they didn't tip her. Have you seen that one?
No, but I've
And
heard
it was like
stories.
$400 worth of groceries, and she had taken it out of her, like most of it out of her car, and she was trying to
Mhm.
put it back in her car because they didn't tip her. And the people were like, tipping's optional. It's optional. And I think it was a staged video. But do you know how much like your tip and stuff is going to be before you pick up an order doing DoorDash and stuff and Grubhub?
No, when I get the offer, the tip
Mm,
and the delivery fee are included, but I do get a
okay.
breakdown at the end of the day. Like at
Okay.
the end of the shift, it says like you earned this much in delivery fees, this much in tips, and then it will break down each order.
Okay.
But you know what? I'm sure that you know what? If you're going to, you know what else is optional? Ordering your groceries online. If you
Yeah.
go to the grocery store, you don't have to tip anybody. You can't even tip the little, like the grocery clerks that take your groceries to the cart these days.
Yeah.
they're all wearing those buttons that say we don't accept tips or whatever. And so yeah, if you're gonna order food, fucking tip your driver because
Yeah.
if you would have to go get it's not any different than going to dinner at a restaurant. Are you the same person that leaves the get saved by Jesus cards and
Yeah.
pamphlets on Sunday afternoon and because tipping is optional?
And
No,
with Halloween
you don't
coming
want
up,
it optional, my
nobody
bills.
wants a fucking one of those in your Halloween buckets. By the way, I'm just gonna throw that out there with Halloween being
Or
Tuesday.
raisins.
No. Actually, I like raisins.
I
I'll
like
eat your
raisins too.
raisins. Yeah. We'll
I like
retract that.
raisins too.
Yeah, sorry. You can
Yeah.
give us raisins. We changed our mind. And we're okay with raisins.
Well, kids don't want raisins, but we're not kids. I like
But you
raisins.
know
There's
what? When
nothing
we
but a
pick
little red box of sunshine
but
raisins.
we get the parent tax with Halloween candy,
Hell yeah, we
so
do.
give us what we want.
Yeah,
I
we do.
want Kit Kats. I want oh It's fucking Christmas, Little Debbie Christmas tree season already.
I saw that. Did you get the big ones or did
No,
you
we
get
got
the
the little
little
ones.
ones?
We just
You
got the
can't
little
find the
ones.
big ones hardly anymore.
No, we can find them ever. Well, like last year, we couldn't find Christmas trees at all. It was very strange. We could. It was like you had to fucking like buy them up where they were limiting how many each person could buy.
Shit. Like
Yeah,
baby
that was
formula.
yeah. So Kevin, we saw my friend Rachel. Hey Rachel, hey girl, hey. Um, she's great. You'd love her. I tell you that if she would love me. But she sent us like Kevin a picture where it was like at our Dillons, and we had gone to Dillons, but we didn't go to like that area of where the little Christmas trees were. So we figured out where they were, and I sent Kevin back to the store. So and he was mad, but he did it. So because what
Well,
baby wants, baby gets, and they were
yeah.
for him. So anyway,
There you go. You want them? Go get it.
yep. So yeah, but that's all I got. I'm out of shit to talk about. So
Yeah, the shit
do you
to
have
talk
anything?
about.
Do you have anything to add?
No, just that I always enjoy talking to you, friend.
Of course. I think that's my favorite part of the week is where we just get to have like a 2 hour
2 hour
bullshit session.
conversation. Yeah.
I will say we got a comment on YouTube. We
What did it
did. We
say?
got one comment on YouTube from Gamble Global, which I don't know if it's like a real.
Gamble the Globe. That's my friend
Yeah.
Dave.
Okay, well, Dave said we were doing a great job. Keep up the good work. And
Yay.
I
Thanks,
told him
Dave.
thank you. So I didn't know if it was
Appreciate
like
it.
real, but we're up to 13 views on YouTube. Last
Hey.
we got 6, so that was our most ever. We have 4 subscribers on YouTube, so we are on YouTube. If you guys want to, if you're listening on Spotify and you really enjoyed it, and you want to see us stare at each other and want to hear what Amy's talking about with her gray hair and her top knot and her clothes and her sugar skull she showed off, go watch us on YouTube, and then just like, subscribe, and tell your friends every fucking where.
There is one very, very good reason why you should watch on YouTube, and it's this.
Yeah. Or you should go check out our TikTok. Or you can go to our Instagram, Manifested Drama
Yeah.
Podcast on Instagram, and
If
there
you
is
have
a
the
reel.
short attention span and you need the
Yeah.
short form content,
are-
Instagram, TikTok.
If you are my spirit animal where you cannot pay attention for a fuck anything, check it out. So, because I'm literally gonna start cutting up more of our videos that we're doing. I'm gonna post them on social media and tag the correct. We need you to stick to just one TikTok from now on because I keep
Okay.
tagging the one you don't use. So I'll
right.
start using the right one so that way we can get you. Because Amy is at 475 followers on TikTok.
Yay.
We need 525 more so we can do a live. So
Yes.
get her
But
done.
it's possible. It's possible.
Yep.
Yes. You know what I think would be so funny if one day we had just like a video of just clips of us laughing. Like we're
Yes.
just
That was not intentional. But I was just thinking about these two dumb bitches laughing at shit like this. Oh my god, Amy, you were frozen when you laughed. You leaned forward and you were frozen, and it was the best thing ever. Because honestly, we don't do this podcast for you guys. We do this for us.
We do it for us. We do it for us.
This is like you when you want to call and talk to your friend for 2 hours, and you decided that you're gonna start sharing those dumb fuck conversations with the world.
And then they're like, wait, this isn't at all what I called you to talk about.
No, it's not.
You have such a good conversation, you forget, and
Meghan
whatever.
Markle, you twat.
You twat. Go back. I'm gonna find that receipt.
Back to wherever.
Send you back.
You know what? You can return things to Walmart without a receipt. Can we not return Meghan Markle? Take us from Walmart. God damn it.
Maybe they'll take her.
Do they have Walmarts in California?
In California? Yeah, sure they do.
Then,
That's where Eric
what?
sleeps when he goes to see his kid.
Go pick her up on the corner. Take her back to Walmart.
Go start banging on Tyler Perry's gate.
Tyler Perry! Medea! Medea! Give me Megan.
I ain't scared no popo. Call the popo. Popo ho.
Really? Call the popo ho. Anywho. All right. Well, that's enough of that.
Social friend.
I'm Miss Carter 820 on Instagram, and I am Mama_Missy on TikTok.
Yeah, you are. And I am OG Mary Mother 420 on TikTok and Mean Mommy Life on YouTube and Mary Mother 420 on Instagram.
And we are Manifested Drama on YouTube, and we are Manifested Drama Podcast on Instagram. Check us out.
What about TikTok?
I
What
don't
are
have a
we on
TikTok for
TikTok?
us. It's just my TikTok.
We
I just put
don't?
it in
Oh,
my
okay.
tag
It's
you.
just okay.
Yeah, that's too.
Cool.
I can't add another one.
You're like
I don't have
slow
the.
social media
I
roll.
don't have the bandwidth to add in because I'm
Someday.
posting my own content, and then I'm posting like the podcast content on our Instagram, and then I
Mhm.
post my own shit on my Instagram, and then I'm posting shit on Facebook through both of our Instagrams, so it goes on Facebook so I can tag you. It's a lot, okay? I'm
We need
working
a
hard for no
producer.
money. Yeah, I need a young woke lesbian to be our producer.
Yes. Yes.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out
Go
the
check
I've Had
out
a podcast.
I've Had It podcast.
Mhm.
They are funny, funny broads also.
They are us, but more successful.
And older.
Not that older. I don't want to offend
Not
them.
that much old. Hey,
Yeah,
at this age, it
yeah,
doesn't
fair.
matter.
True
Whatever.
story.
It doesn't
We're
matter.
all a bunch of gray bushes. It's okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, it was good talking to you, friend.
You too. Good talking to you, friend.
Have a good week.
You too. I'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.